Hello, my brilliant home buyers and sellers. This is Faryal, and we are officially in the year 2024. Are you ready to kick off your year right? Well, I have got a mortgage broker with 20 plus experience in the industry in this three-part series where we're going to decode the current real estate market to navigating your home buying journey all the way to making informed decisions. It's all here. I hope you enjoyed these exclusive interviews as much as we enjoyed putting it together just for you. So let's get right into it. Hello, my brilliant home buyers and sellers. This is Faryal, your real estate agent, and welcome to Living Local with Faryal. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful time with your family and friends. With fresh minds and open hearts, let's dive into the world of real estate. Before we went for the holidays, we know Bank of Canada decided to pause its interest rate at 5%. And I know many of you out there have questions about the market, about the interest rate, about how you can go about buying a home, and what does the future hold. So in today's video, we have a special guest joining us who is a dear friend of mine and an excellent mortgage broker, Arbella Dooman. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm super excited for this, and I have so many questions to ask you, my dear friend. But how about we start first with you telling us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in the mortgage industry.
Thank you, Faryal. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to the audience. Thank you for having me. You've been a dear friend and a wonderful professional partner, and I look forward to an even better 2024 together. I've been in the industry for 22 years, 14 of which was on the banking financial institution side, and 8 years as a mortgage broker with Sherwood Mortgage Group, which is a franchise of mortgage architects.
So tell me, why did you decide to be a mortgage broker?
I was in the bank on the banking side for many years as a financial planner and also a mobile mortgage specialist. Due to the market conditions and various needs for the clients, I decided to join the broker channel because I have access to different types of lenders. Amazing. You'll hear what is a bank, what's an A lender, what's a B lender, what's a private. And those are the different lenders. I become one-stop shop, so I can cater to various needs because each deal is different. Each client situation is different. So I need to custom build a proper solution based on their needs, their goals, their income situation, their down payment situation to be able to qualify them. And also, I'm with Sherwood Mortgage Group, which we're part of Mortgage Architects. I also have access to top tier products and rates, various solutions to offer to my clients.
Okay, so it just gives you the flexibility to work with so many different people, and you have so many different products to offer, which is amazing.
Correct.
That's great.
Correct.
That's great. So first, let's talk about the elephant in the room that everyone is concerned about, which is the mortgage interest rates. What's really going on with that, and what is the forecast looking like for the interest rates in the future?
That's a great question because we've seen a lot of volatility, and we saw historically extremely low rates during the COVID period. And I had done a review of the rates over the last 50 years, and we've never seen them. As I said, they're historical low rates, and some may be looking that we may be going back to that. Personally, I don't think we'll be going back to those rates again. But if we could go to pre-COVID rates, that would be also something that would help out the clients. Right now, we're seeing a shift in lowering fixed rates.
Okay.
Bank of Canada paused, as you mentioned, their lending rate, which prime stayed at 7.2. Now, the next Bank of Canada announcement will be on January 24th. The next one will be March 6th, which we're going to see. We are seeing a shift downwards on the fixed rates. We have a beautiful, like short-term 3-year rates, 4-year or 5-year rates. But again, with the rates, again, the conversation, a detailed conversation that we have with my clients is determining their goals, their risk tolerance. Do you go variable? Do you go fixed? What are we looking at? But that's a deep discussion that we have together.
So talking about the forecast when it comes to the interest rates, I am hearing a lot of predictions that the interest rate might be going down 3 times next year. And I know audience or everyone who's watching this is getting excited about that. What are your thoughts?
In my opinion, and throughout my professional experience, which I've been in this industry for 22 years and studying the trends, you can never time the market. Okay, that's the first thought that would come to my mind, and I like to I discuss that with my clients. We don't know. There are various external factors, which we've seen it throughout the years. I cannot predict it. None of us can predict it. We can make the best decisions based on today. What is happening today? And you can never, one of the rules that I've learned is you do not time the market. For real estate, it's always a good time to buy.
100%. And adding to that, we also know, I always say to my clients to be careful what you wish for, because I know a lot of people out there looking forward for the interest rates to go down and it's a sigh of relief. But at the same time, we know what happens in the real estate market when interest rates go down, right? The demand goes up. That definitely puts the pressure on the prices to take an upward trend as well. And I feel a lot of people then start feeling the frustration. And I keep saying this over and over, and I've said this in my videos before as well, that if you're someone who is looking to upsize right now, the same detached home that you were able to buy for 1.4 million in the hot market, you can now get it for 1.2 million. That's $200,000 savings right there, which will take you, 20 years to save if you really want to save that money. But I also know, and I want to mention this, that window is coming closer to an end, because once the interest rates go down, we will start to see a shift in prices. So that's just one thing I wanted to add there as well.
And also, that's a great point, because we're seeing many people, the demand for home buying is high. I have many clients personally that are waiting, pre-approved, ready to go. We have them.
Yeah.
And at the first opportunity, they're just waiting for the price to drop. But the interest rate, you can never find a perfect ideal condition.
Never.
If you find the right investment that's good for your family, it makes sense, it has good potential, as you said, then you jump on that, you take advantage of the situation.
Of course.
And we will also, during the interest rates, that's a conversation that I will always have, is as a broker, I also maintain my relationship with my clients to remain as your external relationship manager. You will receive regular communications, what's happening with the rates. I will show you at a high interest rate, how can we tackle to pay it down, how to minimize the pressures on yourself. But those are the conversations we have. And also an important role for a mortgage broker is to ensure that the investment fits the comfort level of the client. We don't push too much. We don't let them. So that's why we're here as experts, you and I, to see what's suitable. Investment for the real estate and me for the financing aspect.
100%.
Yes.
I agree word to word what you said.
Okay,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So moving on to my next question, I feel like a lot of us get fixated on the interest rates, and we think that's what's driving the market. And we forget about all the other external factors that are there. So let's touch on that a little bit. And I'm interested to know what your thoughts are about other economic factors beside interest rates that are playing an important role right now in our markets.
Well, the main ones right now are, for all of us as consumers, you and I are consumers ourselves, are the cost of living. And the factors that are there, they're a bit worrisome to the consumers right now. And then you're hearing of inflation, going up, going down. Just one thing I wanted to mention, the inflation that we hear, they're talking about the core inflation, that it's dropping, but it doesn't account for the groceries or the energy or the taxation. So the households are feeling those pressures. Also, there are supply and demand for real estate.
Yeah.
We've had a huge influx of newcomers, and we will continue to have them.
Yeah.
So the supplies are low, the demand is high, the rents have increased, so many want to build their net worth through owning their own real estate, having a comfort level, peace of mind that it's their home, but they're worried, where does everything stand? So one of the new rules that the municipality of Toronto has put in place is to allow for fourplexes being built in Toronto in certain pockets, or building it. But those are the factors right now that have become worrisome, something for people to think about.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the talk is going on in Mississauga too, another city where they are talking about building those fourplexes, so people have the ability to have more space in their homes, right? And we have more housing available. I also feel that we are kind of in this vicious loop of inflation goes down a bit when the interest rates go up, the demand keeps going up, and then the Bank of Canada decides to put the interest rates higher again to push that demand up. And I think in that situation, another factor that I would be carefully monitoring is the unemployment rate. I think even though people are hurting right now, the unemployment rate still needs to go to a certain point to really feel that demand to go down. I personally think. I know right now we're sitting at about 5.8%, and I think it needs to go up at least to 6% for us to, if the interest rates start going down, the demand doesn't go shoot up right away.
Correct.
Right?
Like you mentioned, I agree with you 100%. It is a vicious circle.
Yeah.
So where do we go? That's why, again, it's important where you and I have had these discussions many a times is consumers are ready. Each individual family who's looking to buy a home, we look at their specific situation, their comfort level, their purchasing power, and we're here to see how we can transition them into their new homes without too many added pressures and keeping in mind their concerns and
exactly. No, and I think on the real estate side of things, we know that not having enough supply has been the biggest concern, and I don't think it's a recent phenomena. I think even when I was doing my research, it goes back years and years back when the topic of building more homes was in the discussion. And I think looking at it right now, another factor that's playing an important role in this is that we have huge amount of new builders who are backing out right now. They don't want to be taking and carrying on the cost of high expenses in terms of the material. And of course, there's a lot of red tape involved, and they go to apply for the city approvals, and that delays the process, of course. And I feel that discourages them from building more homes. But at the same time, I also feel that the supply is also being affected with the not having enough labor available in the construction world. That's another big factor. And the new immigrants that are coming in, and I was looking into that, not a lot of people who are coming in right now to Canada are going to the construction site as a skilled labor either. So I don't know where we're going to or how we're going to fill that gap to speed up the process of building more homes. Right. But I think that's going to be a challenge for us for next couple of years until we start seeing a big changes, which we started to see more talks in our government policies and the new homes, 1.5 million homes that need to be built. Right. But only time will tell, right?
It's always a shifting, like change, as we say, is always a constant. It's constant evolving. And it's certainly, we cannot say it's what we've seen in the past few years.
Yeah.
It is a new thing, but like everything else, we will adapt.
100%.
There will be solutions. We've had discussions. Sometimes your first home is not necessarily your forever home. We just have to start as a
compromises need to be made. Yes.
Compromises have to be made. Is it a good investment? It is. And with your help, they just start building that their stepping stone.
Yeah. 100%.
We will overcome this.
We will.
We will overcome this.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel. We've seen it. For me, being in the industry for about 25 years or more, I've seen those shifts. And historically, we've studied them too, and we've witnessed them. Exactly. This too shall pass.
100%. Yes. I agree. So this is all such great information. So we will be continuing to talk more in the future. So look out for our next video that's coming up next week. That will be all about navigating your home buying journey. Today, we basically touched about what the current market looks like. So Arbella, before we go, I want to know if our audience wants to reach out to you and talk more about mortgages and they're looking for help, where can they reach you?
Thank you very much. My name is Arbella Dooman. I'm with Sherwood Mortgage Group. My telephone number is 416-705-9397. I'm available 7 days a week and evenings. And my email is arbella@sherwoodmortgagegroup.com. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, you know what I will do to make it easier is I will also drop this information in the description of the video so you guys can easily access that information. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful day. This is Faryal.
And this is Arbella Dooman.
Signing out.
Thank you.